Southern Oregon is changing very, very fast, and in this video, I'm going to take you through some of the massive new developments that are happening right now in 2025, including major infrastructure projects, exciting new community improvements, and growing neighborhoods that are perfect for families, retirees, and investors. So if you're curious about what's next for this amazing region, you are in the right place. Hi, I'm Brian Simmons with the Buying Southern Oregon real estate team, and for many, many years, we have helped folks from all over the country to find their dream home right here in beautiful Southern Oregon. So whether you're thinking of moving to Southern Oregon or you're just wanting to keep up with the region and how it's growing, this video is going to cover absolutely everything you need to know. But make sure that you stick around to the end, because I'm going to reveal one of the most exciting development opportunities that is coming soon. So my family moved to Southern Oregon when I was about 4 years old, and I actually remember it pretty well. I remember going and playing in the creeks and having a lot of fun with my cousins and my sister, and just kind of playing a lot outdoors. And it's really been interesting to see how the area has developed from being this really quiet, small place that nobody really heard of to picking up a lot of steam and beginning to get a lot more, noticed on a regional and national scale. A lot of bigger box stores have come in over the years, like Home Depot and whatnot. But I remember, way back when our first Walmart came into town, and I remember when the first Starbucks came into town. But now we have Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out and Trader Joe's and REI and all those sorts of places. I remember when the airport expanded for the first time about 15 years ago, and it actually wasn't even enough. And we're gonna have more on that in a little bit. But this quiet little area that was really just known for its natural beauty and its great climate started to become more and more known as a really amazing destination for retirees and for families seeking a new lifestyle kind of away from the grind. One where their kids can grow up playing in those creeks and playing outside and building tree forts rather than, playing Fortnite. So that small town, idyllic way of life that I remember as a kid is still very much alive and well today. And even though this area has kind of become more popular and more populated. And that last point there, the more populated, that is what we're actually going to talk specifically about on this video today, because there's a lot more that goes along with that, and that's the development of the area. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. I'm going to tell you what is going on in 2025 in Southern Oregon. So first and foremost, when you add so many people to an area, you have to have the infrastructure to support it. I think everybody immediately wants to go and talk about housing when you think about development, but what actually has been going on really, really extensively across Southern Oregon has been infrastructure, okay? I had mentioned the airport expanded 15 years ago and did a big project, and they're going, just recently approved a new project, a $180 million project to more than double the size of the terminal and increase capacity to handle 6 larger aircraft at a time. There's only 2 right now, two different jet bridges that can go at a time right now. So they're going to triple the capacity in that regard, and that's all planning to begin construction in 2026. So huge, infrastructure project there with the Rogue Valley International Airport. And that is going to be something that I know a lot of people are really, really excited about. It's going to allow more airlines to come in, and that's of course hopefully going to open up more destinations to be able to fly in and out of Medford, Rogue Valley International Airport to other destinations across the country. So that is a really, really big one, and especially here in 2025, something that's super exciting. Project construction will start there in 26 is what they're saying. But we'll keep you in the loop on what's going on there, of course. The next one that's a really big one that kind of has a lot of the town talking and has for quite a while, because it's been going on for quite a while, is the Foothill Road Improvement Project. And it was nearly a $100 million project. It's still not done yet, but it is widening the road, the Foothill Road there along the East Hills of Medford. And it's doing that to increase the flow of traffic due to more development. There's been a lot of development that's happened up in the Saddle Ridge area, up in the Eagle Trace subdivision, down below where the Cedar Links Golf Course used to be. That's all homes now, if you remember that from way back in the day. But anyways, there's been a significant amount of development that has happened all in that area around East Medford, and it's just caused a mess of Foothill Road. And so this is a project that I think everybody is really excited is happening, because it's widening that road and allowing much more traffic to go through there. But one that has caused quite a bit of headaches for people over the last couple years while this project has been going on, due to the road construction and detours and all these sorts of things have been kind of a pain for people. But nonetheless, it is a very good project that's happening and should be completed soon as far as I understand. Another one that was actually completed recently that was a huge infrastructure project, one that everybody was very excited to hear about, was the Highway 62 bypass. And that was done a few years ago, but it was one that it was significant. Okay, and that's the bypass that takes you on Crater Lake Highway, goes around all the kind of main shopping and everything off of Crater Lake Highway, which is also Highway 62, same name. But it kind of detours around that and takes you out to White City. So a lot of the commuters that were going from White City or Eagle Point into Medford, everybody was getting bottlenecked into the same area of Crater Lake Highway, and that was causing a lot of traffic. So now, because of that Highway 62 bypass, you can go all along that and get straight into White City and Eagle Point much faster than having to go through all the stoplights on Crater Lake Highway. So the Highway 62 bypass was awesome. They've talked about possibly extending that further. I have no idea if that is something that will happen, but they've talked about possibly extending that all the way to Eagle Point, as far as I've heard. But if you know something more about that, maybe that I don't know, go ahead and drop that in the comments down below, and let's see what kind of information we can get down there for everybody. Another big one infrastructure-wise that was done is the South Medford Interchange, and that was another big one that just caused a huge relief of a big bottleneck that existed. And so what happened there in South Medford is you have so many people who work up at the hospital at the Sante Rogue Regional Medical Center, and all of the various specialists and everybody around that area off of Barnett Road. And so what was happening is that everybody would commute to that exit off of I-5, and it would just get really backed up, and that would start to kind of go into the freeway, start to slow down traffic on the freeway. And so by changing up that intersection, they really improved the flow of traffic, and also at the same time created a much better area for restaurants and for stores and buildings, and it's a great commercial space there on the other side of the bypass, over by where there's a Super Walmart now, Rogue Federal Credit Union headquarters, a lot of different stores over in that area that were kind of like off the beaten path previously before that interchange went in. So that was another big one that I think everybody was really excited about, really improved the flow of traffic, and did what it was designed to do. And the next one that I think is really the one that most people were very excited about is high-speed internet. There have been massive infrastructure projects around here that to improve the availability of high-speed internet. So I live a mile outside the small little town of Rogue River, and I have really incredible internet available to me at my house. I have gig up, gig down, if you know what that means. It's very fast internet, especially for a rural setting like that, and that's available like more than 5 miles outside of the small town of Rogue River. So when you think about that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, if you work for Hunter Fiber or Spectrum and that's not accurate, correct me in the comments, but that's what I've been told, and from friends that live out there and stuff about what's available out there. So at any rate, my point is you can get very good internet. I know even Hunter Fiber has a good fiber internet available in Butte Falls area. That's pretty remote, and I know that the same thing exists in a lot of other areas. So we've done a really good job locally of just increasing the availability of high-speed internet. So if that's something, if you work from home, or you have a lot of kids that have different TVs going in every room, and you want to be able to stream something different in every room and have your iPhone and all this sort of stuff going, internet here should not be a concern, because they've done a very good job of increasing the availability over time. So now I want to go into the one that I know a lot of people are very interested in, and that is housing. So there are several thousand homes that are planning to be built around Southern Oregon in the coming years. And so I'm going to talk about a couple of those highlights, which is one of them, the very long anticipated Centennial Golf Course homes. I don't know what exactly the name of that community is going to be, but it's the area all around the Centennial Golf Course in Medford. From what I've seen, there are plans for over 1,700 dwelling units. About 450 of those will be single-family residential homes. The rest will be multifamily. I would imagine probably retirement age kind of focused development there, because as far as I understand, that's owned by Pacific Retirement Services. And so I would imagine they're going to be building some sort of assisted living possibly in there, some sort of housing, kind of geared towards the elderly population. So that is something that I know a lot of people are very, very excited about, especially the 450 single family residential homes that'll be going in around the golf course. That's very much needed. That's the golf course homes that we have on the Medford Rogue Valley Country Club and the Eagle Point Golf Course are all very sought after, great homes. And so adding more golf course frontage homes to the area will be very, very nice, and there'll be plenty of demand for that. Another one that's great is the D.R. Horton and Hayden Homes are doing some really big developments, as well as Holt Homes and Mahar. And I know a lot of those have bigger developments in the works from what I've heard. Most of them are focusing on that kind of East Medford and West Medford and Eagle Point areas. But Eagle Point, again, around the golf course, more of that going in, not golf course frontage, because those are all built out, but kind of around that general area, a lot of that happening, as well as the West Medford area, a lot of new homes going to be built in there. And so I know the focus in that one in particular, those areas are going to be more of the affordable housing, probably median price point and under, from what I understand, and the East Medford will probably be median price point and higher, and maybe even a little higher, starting a little higher than the median price point up there. But anyways, there ought to be something available for pretty much everybody, depending on what it is that you are looking for. There should be lots of new developments happening, and it's very much needed. We have a huge shortage of housing here, and especially affordable housing, and that's one of the next things I want to talk about is the affordable housing projects that are in the works and have recently been completed, like the Hillcrest Veterans Village in Grants Pass. 36 units of low-income housing geared towards military veterans, which is really, really incredible, really, really well needed. It's something that I think the community is very excited about. In addition to the new Spirit Village in Medford, 87 units of smaller homes designed to be very affordable and practical. It's a really neat concept there that they've got going on in the new Spirit Village of just smaller homes, very simple, single level. It's just a really good design. And so I love what they did there with a very walkable community and very well thought out plan, and hope to see more of that going on around Southern Oregon. But I did mention the exciting new opportunity that is going to be coming soon, something that I think a lot of people are going to be really excited about. And it's what I was referring to there as new developments that are really focusing on filling the gap in the market. There's a big gap right now that exists for the home buyers that maybe don't qualify for that financial assistance or the traditional kind of affordable housing type stuff, but they also can't really afford the median, $450,000 home. So there's kind of this big gap in the middle, and there are a lot of developments going on that are going to be addressing that exact gap. And so, for example, I know 26 townhomes going to be built in Rogue River, and they're going to be aimed at filling that gap. And I know there's similar projects that are going to be going on all around Southern Oregon, geared towards that exact same type of buyer who just is feeling like they're getting squeezed because there's not much out there. It's hard to find something that's a good financeable condition, good home that you can move into and feel good about your investment. If you're looking at a price point around $400 or $350, sometimes those are hard to find. And so I think there's going to be a lot of hopefully a lot more of builders that are going to be focused on filling that gap. Next up is the attractions and just kind of the other things that are going on. So not necessarily an attraction, but a big development that I think is very, very exciting is the new construction, the new hospital that was just built at the Rogue Regional Medical Center. Okay, they just completed about 320,000 square feet of a new pavilion that added 20 state-of-the-art operating rooms, a cardiovascular ICU, a 24-bed ICU with 16 intermediate care units, which is a really, really cool idea. What they did there has a whole separate women's and children's hospital that is going to be home to the region's only level 3 NICU. Okay, and that's a really, really, really cool thing. We're very excited to see that here. Also has a birthing center, family newborn units, all sorts of really, really good stuff going on there. So really a fantastic project for the entire region, as it just really proves that Southern Oregon, has a fantastic medical scene and fantastic medical care available, as it should. I mean, it is kind of the regional hub for medical. It serves an area of over 600,000 people across 9 counties in Southern Oregon and Northern California. And so seeing a big development like that is something that is very, very exciting and very well needed for residents of all types around Southern Oregon. Another great one was the Rogue X, okay, and that's a $76 million aquatic and recreational facility that was built in West Medford with indoor pools and water slide and gym and event center and all sorts of really cool stuff, and even more to come. It sounds like there's going to be more things going on there outside in terms of soccer fields being built and some baseball fields and stuff like that, maybe basketball as well. But really just a great flexible space that includes some conference rooms and all sorts of stuff for bigger events and stuff. So a great, nice flexible space and all that from the city of Medford there. So really, really cool space there at the Rogue X, and an exciting new development that we're pumped to see. Last but not least is the downtown revitalization efforts that we've been seeing across towns like Medford, with the Commons area there by the Lithia headquarters, with Central Point doing a lot of stuff with their downtown area, and various other cities kind of following suit and trying to create these downtown areas that just have that attract people, attract you to come have dinner downtown and go shopping and browse and window shop as you're going through. And that's something that Southern Oregon's kind of been missing in a lot of ways. Something that, an area like Bend has a very vibrant, very fun downtown area, where Medford really doesn't have that. We have Ashland, which is the closest thing to it, and Ashland's a great downtown scene, but between Medford and the other kind of surrounding areas, they don't really have that. So excited to see that continue to develop, and hopefully we'll have those downtown areas continue to be better and better. If you're local, I would love to know what you think we missed here. Chime in with whatever your favorite development project is that is in the works or just completed, and we'll go ahead and feature that at some point on here. So thank you for watching this video. If there's anything else we can do to help you learn, buy, or list real estate, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm Brian Simmons with the Buying Southern Oregon Real Estate Team, and my number is right there below on the screen or down there in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.